Yo, what's up guys, Shockwave here, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're back here on the Hunter Classic, and I know it's been a really long time since I've made a live commentary, and I've always wanted to make a series like this, so I figured, might as well get back into it now. I'm going to try to upload at least one of these types of videos every week, or maybe even sooner than that. Anyways, we're going to start off with the basic, and that's going to be how to hunt whitetail deer. So, like I said, I've been wanting to make this series for a while now, and I'm just going to go through the game and show you guys how to hunt every animal. And yeah, I just thought I'd start with a whitetail deer. It's one of my favorite animals to hunt on the classic game, and I'm pretty sure you can hunt them for free now. It used to be mule deer, but I'm pretty sure it is whitetail now. But anyways, yeah, I'm just going to give you guys a bunch of tips, show you guys how to hunt them, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Hopefully you learn something. Let's go ahead and get started. So, to start out, we're going to go ahead and customize what we're going to take with us, and I'm going to tell you guys why I bring everything that I bring. So, to kill whitetail, you can use almost every rifle, and you can use every bow. As in almost every rifle, of course, you can use the 243 that you start with. Don't ask why I have 87 of them. I used to buy like the deluxe membership or whatever that would give you this every time, because I didn't know you could just buy 3 months, so don't judge me there. Anyways, yeah, you can use almost every rifle. For the video, I'm just going to use the old trusty 300, and I probably won't kill him with a 300 unless we run across like a non-typical or something. And we're just going to go ahead and grab the snake bite because it is my favorite bow to use. And there we go. Of course, always bring your binoculars. It's just a necessity to spot animals. You don't have to pull your rifle out to look at them. Also, like I said, I always bring a bow and a rifle because, if it's like a huge non-typical and I spook it, I can shoot it. No hassle about getting it coming in close. But then again, sometimes I like killing them off with a recurve, something like that. It's a lot more fun, and I don't know, I just like that better sometimes. But I also carry a bow with me always, just because sometimes you'll get a few does coming in before that big buck. You can kill those does without spooking the buck, and get the extra XP and stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and bring our grunt call. Now the little bleat call down here that you also get, as you can see, this is how many times I bought that stupid membership that I didn't know about the 3 months, so don't judge me. Along with all the binoculars and stuff. So anyways, I always bring the grunt call, but the bleat call works the exact same. It just, draws the animals to you. This works with mule deer, black-tailed deer, sitka deer, everything. So every deer species this will work on, and that includes whitetail. You can also bring whitetail urine spray if you want. What I use the urine spray for, if I ever do bring it, which is very seldom, but you can spray it down like at a tree or just out in the middle of a field somewhere, and that way you don't have to call, and they will not come right to you. They'll come to wherever you spray that at. The spray lasts a little bit longer than the call does. I'm not exactly sure how long. I think it's like 5 minutes every call or something in real life, and then this is like 10, something like that. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if that's exactly right, but I do know that the urine spray lasts longer than the actual call. Anyways, my other slots here, I usually use some other calls for whatever animals are around, but since we are only going for whitetail, I will bring the whitetail urine, and that's really all you need. You can bring some scent spray if you want, some like scent eliminator. This just allows you to get closer to the animals without them spooking, honestly. You can bring a tripod rest if you would like. You can bring a spotting scope if you'd like. Anything like that is always handy. You can bring your scent hound if you want. All of that you don't really need. The only thing you need, honestly, is your binoculars and a rifle, and a call if you want to bring that along. Now, as far as camo or clothing goes, you can wear anything. As you can see, I have this stuff on. It has a very, very high spook radius. They'll come 60 meters and spook half the time whenever you're wearing stuff like this. But you can go full out in the Boone and Crockett and you know, this will, it's like, hold on, let me see if it says it on here. Yeah, so the Boone and Crockett gives you it's a visual reduction good versus species of the deer family, and scent reduction from the deer family, sound reduction from the deer family. So that goes with the Boone and Crockett, the dock setup, and I think some other setups too, like the army, and might be some more, I don't know. Or you can go with like the basic, you know, the summer forest or whatever, the sneaky stuff. That is all that gives you the visual scent sound reduction from all species in the certain areas, like White Hart Island, Loggers Point, Sailor's Creek, Red Feather, Velvet Boy, all that stuff, you know, that works. Same with the ghillie suit, that is the exact same. So you can wear whatever you like. For the video, I'm just going to go ahead and wear the Boone and Crockett. So there we go, we got our inventory set up. Now let's go ahead, get the rifle loaded up, and as you can see, just from standing here, that's actually a blacktail over there, so we're not going to go for him. Thought it might be a whitetail, but I'll show you guys where we're at on the map. This is just one of the tents I have set up on Red Feather. It's right off from this lodge. I think this is the Trapper's Lodge. This might be the Trapper's Lodge. I don't know. It's up from the lodge on the east side. So on Red Feather, if you are hunting on Red Feather, I would spawn at this lodge right here and hunt out of this stand or this tower. That's the best starting location in my opinion for whitetail. But, well, let's make a little bit of a bigger circle here. This whole area down through here is huge for whitetail. I mean, I've killed over 200 whitetail in this area alone. And, you know, off in this area is good for whitetail too, and where I'm at is good for whitetail. It's really, you'll just have to hunt and learn where the species are. You can look on Google and search up like the species map for Red Feather, and it'll show you all the different locations where the species spawn and all kinds of stuff like that. But for this video, I spawned at the tent, and we're going to be working in this direction somewhere, so I'm just going to go ahead and put my marker. And there's quite a few different ways you can hunt. Me personally, I like to just sprint until I find tracks and then track, or just sprint until I hear a call and then go to the call. But some people like to crouch the whole way. Some people like to hunt tree stands, like I got one over there. It honestly doesn't matter. It's just whatever you like and whatever you really feel comfortable with. So you don't have to copy the way that I hunt or anything like that. So I'm not going to sprint right yet, just because we did hear that blacktail call over here. I don't want to spook him because there could be some whitetail around. But really the way that I hunt on Red Feather, like I said, I just sprint until I find a track or something like that. So we're just going to walk up this way. Honestly, sometimes if it's like really late at night and I'm just trying to, I don't know, I just want to hunt some whitetail, I'll leave auto walk on. Like right now my hands are not on the keyboard. I have auto walk. It's normally bound to Q. You push Q and you'll just walk, you know. Where is it? I don't know why the spooky sounds on this map too. I don't know, that might just be me, but it sounds like it's more windy than usual. It's kind of spooky sounding, like on Timber Gold trails, but like I said, that could just be me. I don't know. So anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead. I don't know, that kind of threw me off there for a second. It sounded a little bit more like spooky, windy sounding than usual, and you know it's around Halloween right now, so maybe they did add that to every map. I don't know, from what I understood, it was only Timber Gold trails that they added that to. Kind of quit now. I don't know, that was weird. Anyways, that little blacktail is over there. You can see him walking over that way. So I'm going to go ahead and start sprinting, and hopefully we can run into some whitetail. The reason I'm going this way is, like I said, it's, you know, a hot location over here for whitetail, so the further we go towards that lodge, better chance we have of finding some whitetail sign. So yeah, every like deer species is pretty similar whenever you're hunting them. You can honestly, after you watch this video, you should be able to hunt every deer species, but I will make a video on every one of them if you guys want me to. So for whitetail, or really deer in general, what the hell is that? Well, welcome to the hunter. We have our first whitetail up there. He was spooked from us sprinting, but he's stuck on something, it seems. So he's just sitting there. Here you can see the spook animation, I guess. Kind of good that I did that. Right there. This is his tracks. So luckily, actually, he is stuck, and it will give me a little time to show you guys like shot placement and stuff like that. Anyways, this is a small whitetail. For those of you who hunt in real life, this will look like a, you know, a monster whitetail, or at least for where I live, this looks like a monster. You know, an 8-pointer is a huge deer around where I live. So, it's like, that's one thing I don't like about the whitetail. They can get up to like fucking 20 points, and it's really strange, I guess. But there he goes, spooking again. At least he did spook that time. You can see him spooking, which is good for the video's sake. So I'll go ahead and show you guys fleeing tracks. There's a white-tailed doe calling over here. See if I can spot her and show you guys what the females look like. You should already know, but just in case you don't. I don't see her anywhere, but she's over there somewhere. You guys can, you know, if you want to kill a bunch of whitetail, pretty simple, you just go to the calls. Anyways, right here you can see the fleeing tracks. Their hooves are open whenever they're running, and you know, it's pretty realistic. As far as your hunter mate goes, you can see species whitetail, state fleeing, that means he's running. Age 1 to 13 minutes. You're not going to have the age as soon as you start. That's just as your tracking skill levels up. Gender male, and the weight 70 to 85. Now, sometimes whenever you are hunting whitetail or any deer, you can go about finding big bucks by how much they weigh. If you get like a buck track and your tracking skill is high enough, and it will say like 120 is his max or something, then you can track that buck, and there's a pretty good chance that he's going to be bigger than this little guy that's 70 to 85. So from my experience, the usual like scoring for whitetail is like, I don't know, a usual whitetail buck that's pretty small but like a normal size is anywhere around from like 115 to, I don't know, 145, and then above 145 all the way up to like 170. Those are really nice whitetail. And then of course you can get non-typical. My biggest whitetail is like 280 or something like that, and that was a non-typical. And of course, you know, every hunt you're not going to go out and find a non-typical, but it's a good chance you'll kill one if you hunt them long enough. I've killed 2 or 3 non-typical whitetails, and quite a few non-typical mule deers as well. I don't know, man. This wind sounds different to me. They might have changed it since the last time I played. I don't play the hunter that much anymore, but I know since it is Halloween, they made it kind of spooky on timber grove trails. You can find werewolves and stuff, and I have been hunting some of the. Well, you can't kill them, but I have been checking that out and doing the missions. But this is the first map that I've played besides timber grove trails since Halloween, like weekend. So I don't know, I could just be used to hearing the wind and it sounds the same or something, I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna actually try to kill this deer now. So I'm crouching and slowly tracking it. You can see it was fleeing. It probably is roaming somewhere around here now. But it takes them a little while to stop, like to get off the alert. So if you spook one, it's a there's a pretty good chance that you're gonna have to track him for a few minutes and then wait for him to get off his spook like timer or what. I don't know how to explain that. It's just like right after you spook one, you can't call and he's gonna come right to you. It's gonna take a little while. So you know, patience is key whenever hunting deer on here. Don't shoot the first thing you see. That's one of the biggest tips I can give you. Like, if I was to shoot that blacktail down there, then I would have probably never found this whitetail unless I was going up that way and just happened to cross the tracks. So there was a female over here to my left. She was calling. As long as I stay crouched, she shouldn't really notice me at this distance. Sometimes they'll spook at like 20 meters. That one spooked because I was running, and then he spooked at a pretty far away because he was already scared and he was wary about me. So he did spook pretty far away. But if he's not on alert, they usually won't spook until they're like 20 meters. You can get a really good bow shot on them. So within the next like 3 tracks, he should be done fleeing. He should be down here on the beach, on the shoreline somewhere, and we should be able to take him out. But sometimes they will surprise you, and they will flee for forever, it seems like. But they are one of the easier animals to hunt on the game, I feel like. Definitely fun though. Probably my all-time favorite deer to hunt, or at least one of them. Mule deer might be my number one. I don't really know. These two are pretty close together for my favorites. I think my biggest whitetail that was typical was like 192. It was a few seasons ago. I shot him with the 300. Most of the time, you know, if you're using a rifle, they'll drop dead. Same with a snake bite and a pulsar. Sometimes with the other bows, it takes a little while. They'll flee off, and then you'll have to track them. But hopefully, I can get into all of that after I shoot this one. So he's still running. It's kind of surprising, but we did spook him 2 times. But he should be around this little bend on the island right here. Should be around here somewhere. Whenever you're tracking them, there's kind of a method that I've developed over the years of playing the game. It's like when you can't find, like that little thing right there, the little red orb is a track, of course. Sometimes they're harder to find than other like tracks. I don't know, like sometimes whenever you spook an animal and you're tracking and tracking and tracking, it can be hard to find the next track, and sometimes you'll have to like do a little motion like this. This is kind of what I do. I go to this side, look around, go to this side, look around, and that's the best way to really find a track. And if they are injured, if you have a scent dog, a scent hound, it's easy to find them that way if you can't find the next track. If not, go ahead and see if you can find a friend with one that would like to help you out if you're on a multiplayer game. So now on the Hunter Mate, you can see that I am in a closed circle with this whitetail, which means he is in this circle with me, which is a good sign. Now, sometimes whenever they're in the closed circle, you can spook them, but in this case, he's walking back down this direction, and you can see how like different he's acting than he was just a minute ago. That's because he's not on alert anymore. So I'm gonna give him a call, and as soon as we gave him a call, he called to us. You can see him on the hunter mate right there, the little waves coming out. So he's behind that little group of trees right there. The best thing to do after you gave him a call is just go ahead and lay down, because that reduces your spook radius even more. And here you can see I can for some reason spot him through the tree. I guess because his antlers are hanging out. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the spotting scope out and show you guys a little closer. Maybe we can see some of the actions that they do. It's kind of hard to see behind the tree there, but here we go. He's coming into the call now, and as you can see, he'll take about 10 steps and then he'll stop. He should stop behind those trees right here, or maybe, yeah, so there he stops, and he's going to look around. He's going to smell up in the air probably. Maybe get him a bite to eat. There he goes. He looked around, he smelled, looking around again, and now should start walking. Sometimes it takes longer than other times, but he should start walking again in a second. And here he comes. He's gonna shake his head around. I don't know, they just do some random stuff. He's gonna smell up in the air, look around, and you can hear his footsteps. That means he's within like 30 meters. And now at this point, it's honestly just waiting until he stops and we can get a good shot on him. So I'm gonna go ahead and crouch up. There's a doe behind him. I'm gonna go ahead and just shoot him right here in the center of his chest. That was a little bit far off. I don't think that was a doe actually. I think it was another buck. It was, I believe. I don't know. Couldn't really see that good. That was not the best of shots, but that was on purpose because I want to show you guys how to track him. Here you can see that his lungs and heart, I should have pierced only his left heart and his left lung and maybe his shoulder blade. So the way to tell if it is lung, heart, blood, or like vital blood, if you're not a high enough tracking score or tracking level, I mean, is how bright red the blood is. You can see that it's very, very bright red. That means it's lung or heart blood 9 times out of 10, and there's more blood than usual. So now we can go ahead and start sprinting again because he is he's injured, he's fleeing. So there you go. It's not really hard to track them. You can see he lets out a lot of blood because we hit him in a vital, and it's much easier to track him whenever he's injured like this than it was whenever he was fleeing. Now sometimes you'll come across spots like this and you'll see two orbs kind of right next to each other. And this one is his old tracks. This is whenever he was walking up the hill. So sometimes they will cross tracks, and it's a bit harder to, track them than usual. But as long as you have patience and you stay on the right track, it's really, really easy to track them down. He should be down somewhere up here soon. Here we go. We got some fleeing tracks. Now, sometimes whenever you shoot them in, like, kind of off in the side, like I did, instead of right in the center, sometimes they'll cross over and turn to body blood, which this one might do that. That means that you hit his shoulder blade, and then the tracking gets a little bit harder, but it's still not impossible to find him or anything. As you can see there was another one with him. Patience should have told me to wait a little bit, and here we go. Here it turns to body blood. You can see the difference. It's a little bit darker and a little bit less blood. That means I hit him right in the shoulder blade and the left lung, or I should have hit him there, like I told you guys. So we're just gonna go ahead and keep tracking him for a while now. I think this is him up here dead. The way you can tell if it is, see, it is him laying there. The way I knew that was because you can see that orb a lot further away. Like if they're dead, you can see like that right there is what I mean. The orb in front of him is no longer visible, but you can still see the one that he's laying at. So you'll see it come into render about now. There's the second one. That's how you'll know if they're dead or not. But anyways, this one should score about 120, somewhere around there. So here we go. He scores 118. I hit him in the body, shoulder blade, and left lung. And I'm not going to take a trophy shot with him because he's not a big animal, but I will pull him up in the trophy shot mode to show you guys the shot placement. So as you can see, the arrow is right there in his left side, and his lungs lay right behind it, like where his leg is. So in other words, right here behind, see if I can get a better view here. Right in here is where his right lung is. His heart lays about down in here, and then right here is where his left lung, heart down here, right lung, and the shoulder blade kind of covers those lungs. It's kind of hard to really pierce that, but anyways, there you go. That was pretty simple hunt. There's already one deer down. Only shot one time. I mean, it was pretty simple. Now, that's pretty much all for the video. I marked where the other buck was. I think it was a buck. I couldn't really tell, but I marked where he was. He looked a little bit smaller. If I wanted to, I could go back and track where he was and track him down and kill him too, but you know, at this point it's really just rinse and repeat. You just do the same thing that I just showed you guys and you'll kill more and more deer. So I don't know how this video is going to turn out. Hopefully it was pretty helpful. Hopefully I didn't miss anything up, and if you guys have any more tips, leave those down below. By no means am I the best hunter in the world or anything. I'm not the best whitetail hunter. I'm not the best anything. I'm just trying to help some of the new people out on the game because I love seeing more and more people playing this game each day. And you know, the community's got so big recently. It's crazy. So I'm just trying to help more people out, expand their variety of animals to hunt, and you know, hopefully you guys can go out and kill some big whitetail now. So my Twitter is always down below in the description. If you guys kill any really nice whitetails using this method or anything like that, or if you just want to share some of your big whitetails, go ahead and send me that on Twitter, or drop it down in the comments below. Right now I'm tracking another whitetail, so maybe I'll find him before I end the video. I don't know. But also, if you guys, if it's just me with the whole wind thing, tell me. But the wind sounds way different to me right now. I don't know why. It sounds like it is spooky. I don't know how to explain it. So, anyways, hopefully that helped you guys, like I said, and leave a thumbs up if it did. Just leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you want to see more episodes like this. And if you have any suggestions on what I should make the next video on, what species, go ahead and drop that down below as well. And yeah, like I said, happy hunting, happy Halloween as well. Hopefully you guys, if you go out trick-or-treating or anything like that, hopefully you get some nice candy. If not, stay on the hunter. Try to kill these werewolves, even though it's not possible. And yeah, just have a nice day, guys. Peace out.